Achromatism. Noun. The state of being free of colors, not emitting or separating into colors. I don't think we realize how much color is in our everyday life. Imagine if we lived a life in which color did not exist. Everything a dull shade of gray, black, and white. Sometimes, feeling unappreciated, overlooked, and simply irrelevant could trigger this monochromatic vision. For as long as I can remember, I've always loved being an active person. Watching cartoons and dancing along with the songs that will be playing were a staple in my childhood. Because I was so young and oblivious to the fact that when I got older, my dancing wouldn't be encouraged, I kept at it. Of course, I had other hobbies that I at least thought I was good at. None of them touched me the same way that dancing does. There is something about stretching out and making beautiful formations with your body, like a tree with many branches, made everything feel so ethereal. Sometimes I'd push my body to its limits, reach a level of flexibility that I never even knew I had. Dancing was like the secret garden to me. When I first started, I wouldn't show my dancing to others. Not because I wasn't confident or shy at the thought of others judging me. I never showed my dancing because I wanted to flourish and show everyone when all of my flowers had bloomed. I thought that if I tried hard enough and exceeded expectations that weren't there to begin with, I would receive praise and encouragement. I started off by learning simple K-pop dances, moves that anyone really could do. After realizing that I was rather lighter on my feet, I started learning professional choreographies. They were a lot more complex and they integrated a lot more fundamental dancing skills. I've never actually been in a dance studio, and I never really took classes either. So while I found these dancings really tiring, I loved the challenge. But there was a problem with this. To give context, we are Muslims, and my parents are a little bit traditional at times. Dancing was not something that was clearly discussed in Islam. There is no proper answer to whether or not it's allowed because everyone has different opinions. It's not like my parents hated dancing, they just didn't want me to put my energy into it. I noticed that I would always be encouraged to do anything other than dancing. I'd started to feel a little bit unappreciated, like overgrown vines that have been neglected for years. I just wanted a little bit more praise and acknowledgement that I'm getting better at dancing. And I always knew that I'd never be a choreographer or a performer. No one looked like me in the dancing industry. And I was feeling like maybe I shouldn't be putting so much time into this. My parents wouldn't approve. My religion wouldn't approve. And mostly, the media wouldn't approve. I've seen the backlash and insults thrown at any woman that will do the slightest provocative dance while wearing a hijab. And that scared me. It scared me from ever showing my dancing in terms people would judge. I just practiced my dancing alone in darkness and not expect it to go anywhere. Like a flower withering, I'd started to feel trapped and colorless. Dancing was one of my best forms of expression, and it was my way of emitting a color that only I can show. I'd like to think of myself as a striking green color, something that's associated with health and positivity. I had to get out of this mindset other people created for me. It's too easy to see red when feeling restricted, like a flower bud that won't sprout. I had decided one day that I was tired of seeing the same colors, getting the same reactions, and feeling the exact same way about my dancing. This was something that was supposed to make me happy, and I couldn't even do that because I was so worried about other people. And that is when I started dancing at school assemblies. I performed for the first time and I loved every second of it. The color rush and adrenaline that flooded me was unlike anything I've ever felt before in my life. I felt like I was finally blooming, and I kept performing at school assemblies after that, and I've been working on my dancing ever since. I tried my best to show my parents what I've learned, and even they can't ignore the progress that I've made. I'm confident in my dance, and I'm not worried about other people's view on me. I know that there aren't many Black Muslim females in the dancing industry, and I want to put light on it. Nobody allows us to show our color, to blossom, and to thrive. But that is exactly what I'm going to do.
If you like this video, make sure to hit like, comment, and subscribe to keep up to date with all of our RealWorks YouTube videos. And don't forget to watch the films of the next generation of filmmakers.